Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. My dear students, here is your mathematics teacher Muhammad Amjad Saeed from Pakistan International School, Thai, Saudi Arabia. Today we will continue our lecture number 25 for 10th class, and exercise is 3.3. Before we start our exercise 3.3, I want to tell you something. If A ratio B proportion C ratio D, then product of extreme is equal to product of mean. This A is known as first proportional, B is second, C is third proportional, and D is fourth proportional. After that we have invertendo property and alternando property. Invertendo property, this is for the next exercise. Inshallah, we will discuss in the next exercise. So far, we have this first property, that is equality of two ratios. A ratio B is equal to C ratio D. Then you can write down AD is equal to BC. Product of extreme is equal to product of mean. Dear students from 10th class, I hope that you are all okay, and we have received reduced syllabus from Federal Board Islamabad, and I hope that you will be glad to listen that we have 30 to 40% syllabus reduced from your original one, and I think it will be easy for you to prepare, to revise, and it will be better for the preparation of annual exam also in 2021. So we can start now exercise 3.3. According to reduced syllabus, here we will have question number 1 part 3, question 2 part 4, question 3 part 4, and question 4 part 3 and 4. So in this way we will solve them. Question number 1, part 3. Find third proportional. Third proportional. We have to find third proportional. Whereas the given terms are a square minus b square and a minus b. A square minus b square and a minus b. For third proportional you can choose other than ab. Let third proportional is equal to x. You know that we have 4 members. If in case of third proportional you are given 2 values, your second value will be repeated for the third one. So you will write down a square minus b square ratio a minus b proportion a minus b ratio x. So in this way, although this x is at the 4th position, but this is the number which is third proportional and second member is repeated. To make it equality of two ratios. So product of extreme x into a square minus b square is equal to a minus b into a minus b. This is product of mean. You can take a square minus b square on the other side, a minus b into a minus b divided by a square minus b square. So a minus b into a minus b, open up the formula, a minus b into a plus b, a minus b cancelled out, we are left with a minus b and a plus b. So this is your required answer. So in this way you can find the third proportional. So you will repeat the second member in place of third, and fourth will be occupied by our unknown value, that is x. After that, we have question number 2, part 4. We have to find fourth proportional. Fourth proportional. Whereas your given members are x square minus 11x plus 24, x square minus 11x plus 24. Next is x minus 3 and 5x minus 4 minus 40x cube. X minus 3, 5x x4 minus 40x cube. So you can check, we are given x variable. Let fourth proportional is equal to a. Let fourth proportional is equal to a. We are given a, b and c. Here in place of a we have this value, b, and this is c. Then x square minus 11x plus 24 ratio x minus 3 proportion 5x4 minus 40x cube ratio a. Then product of extreme is equal to product of mean. Here you can write down a into x square minus 11x plus 24, that is equal to x minus 3 into 5x4 minus 40x cube. X minus 3 into, you can take 5x cube common because 5 can divide both and x cube is present in both. So 5x4 is divided this number, we are left with x, and then minus 8 a into x square minus 11x plus 24. So a is equal to 5x cube, x minus 3 and x minus 8 divided by x square minus 11x plus 24. Dear students, you can write down, you can multiply these two brackets, x square minus 8x minus 3x, x square minus 8x minus 3x plus 24 divided by x square minus 11x plus 24. So here you can write down 5x cube into x square minus 11x plus 24 divided by x square minus 11x plus 24. This is divided, this cancelled out, and we are left with 5x cube. Hence, our fourth proportional is equal to 5x cube. That's your required answer. That required answer. After that, we are given question number 3, part 4. Find mean proportion. We have to find mean proportional. Question number 3, part 4. X square minus y square, x minus y over x plus y. Dear students, we have to find mean proportional where the given expressions are given here. xy, again xy are given, so you have to introduce other than that x and y. so that there will be a difference and you can find the unknown value. Let mean proportional is equal to A. Mean means central value. This is B and C. This will come in place of B and C. Then x square minus y square ratio A proportion A x minus y over x plus y. Again we have this formula, product of extreme is equal to product of mean. You have A square is equal to x square minus y square into x minus y over x plus y. So A square is equal to x minus y and x plus y, x minus y divided by x plus y. Open up the formula, that is x square minus y square. Basically this is the formula, A square minus b square, once negative, once positive. So this x plus y cancelled out. We are left with A square is equal to x minus y whole square. Taking square root. So A is equal to plus minus x minus y. That's your answer. After that, question number 4, find the value of the letter involved in continued proportion. Letter involved in continued proportion. Question number 4, part 3. Letter involved. In part number 3, P is involved. So you have to find the value of P. Remember that these numbers are in continued proportion. 12, 3p minus 6 and 27 are in continued proportion. Remember that in case of continued proportion, suppose we have A, B, C, D, they are in continued proportion, then you will write down A over B is equal to B over C is equal to C over D is equal to D over E like that. Continued proportion A over B is equal to B over C is equal to C over D. Similarly, 12 over 3p minus 6 is equal to 3p minus 6 over 27. Dear students, you can now check that this can be written as 12 ratio 3p minus 6 is equal to 3p minus 6 ratio 27. Product of x mean is equal to product of mean. 3p minus 6 whole square is equal to 27 into 12. 3p minus 6 whole square, that is equal to 27 into 12. This will be 324. 27 multiplied by 12. Yes, students, you can check, you can confirm. Yes, 27 multiplied by 12. Yes, this is 324. Okay. After that, we have to take square root. Square root of 324. Yes. Taking square root on both sides. Taking square root on both sides. 3p minus 6 whole square whole under root. 324 under root. So 3p minus 6, 2 and square root cancelled out. 324 is plus minus 18. So you can write down as 3p minus 6 is equal to plus 18. 3p minus 6 is equal to minus 18. 3p is equal to 18 plus 6. 3p is equal to minus 18 plus 6, that is minus 12. 3p is equal to minus 12, and here 3p is equal to 24, and p is equal to 8. Here p is equal to minus 4. So dear students, these are the two values of p which was to be found out. After that, question number 4, part 4. 7, m minus 3 and 28. As they are in continued proportion, therefore 7 over n minus 3 is equal to n minus 3 over 28 because of this fact. This is the reason. If they are continued proportion, every number after first will be repeated. So 7 ratio m minus 3 is equal to m minus 3 is 28. Product of extreme is equal to product of mean. 28 into 7. M minus 3 whole square. 28 into 7. (28) multiplied by 7, that is 196. Taking square root on both sides. So n minus 3 whole square whole under root, 196 under root, 2 and square root cancelled out, n minus 3 is plus minus 14. Plus minus 14. So n minus 3 is equal to plus 14. And n minus 3 is equal to minus 14. M is equal to 14 plus 3. M is equal to minus 14 plus 3. M is equal to 17 and M is equal to minus 11. That is your answer. I hope that you understood this question. Dear students, with this question number 4, part 4, your exercise 3.3 finished. Before we start our exercise 3.4, we have to discuss about some properties. For example, invertendo, alternando, dividendo and componendo properties. First of all, invertendo, this one. Invertendo property. If A ratio B is equal to C ratio D, then B ratio A is equal to D ratio C. This is known as invertendo property. Or you can say A ratio B is A over B is equal to C over D. Then this will be B over C is equal to D over C. Invert. You invert the terms. You invert the sides, that become invertendo property. After that, alternando property. In case of alternando property, this is alternando property. If A ratio B is equal to C ratio D, then A ratio C is equal to B ratio D. Actually, you will interchange these numbers. A over B is equal to C over D. C and D are interchanged. So this is known as alternando property. After that, we have componendo property. Componendo property. If A ratio B is equal to C ratio D, then A plus B over D is equal to C plus D over D. A plus B over B is equal to C plus D over D. This is known as componendo property. And dividendo property, if A ratio B is equal to C ratio D, then A minus B over B is equal to C minus D over D. Dear students, this is componendo property and this is dividendo property. If there is a positive sign, then componendo. If there is a negative sign between them, then dividendo property. After that, componendo and dividendo property both. Then divide first by 2, b cancelled out. We are left with A plus B over A minus B, C plus D over C minus D. Remember that here is A over B is equal to C over D. In case of componendo and dividendo property, you will add denominator above and subtract denominator down. A plus B and A minus B. Similarly, on right hand side, C plus B and C minus B. From numerator subtract D, in numerator you add D. That is known as componendo and dividendo property. Now we can start our next exercise, or reduced syllabus. According to reduced syllabus, exercise 3.4 comprises question number 1 part 1, question number 2 part 2, and 4, 5, 6 and 8. So these are your questions. Remember that in case of componendo, if A over B is equal to C over D, then according to componendo and dividendo property, A plus B over A minus B, C plus D over C minus D. Exercise 3.4, question number 1. Prove that A ratio B is equal to C ratio D. Prove that A ratio B is equal to C ratio D. If 4A plus 5B 4A plus 5B over 4A minus 5B, 4C plus 5D over 4C minus 5D. Dear students, remember that this is your required answer. Prove that A ratio B is equal to C ratio D. We have to prove this answer. We will have to find this answer with the help of this. Using componendo, dividendo property. Remember that I told you in numerator you will add the denominator. In numerator add the denominator. And from numerator you subtract the denominator. Similarly, on right hand side, in numerator you add the denominator, and from numerator you subtract the denominator. Like that. In numerator you add the denominator, and from numerator you subtract the denominator. Similarly, right hand side, in numerator you add the denominator, and from the numerator you subtract denominator. So open up the brackets, there will be change of sign. if there is a negative sign outside, 4a plus 5b minus 4a plus 5b is equal to 4c plus 5d plus 4c minus 5d over 4c plus 5d minus 4c plus 5d. Here 5d cancelled out, 4a cancelled out, 5d and 5d, 4c and 4c. You will have 8a over 10b is equal to 8c over 10d. Dear students, you have 8 over 10. Bring this 8 over 10 on the right hand side. What you will have? A over b is equal to 10 over 8. Remember that this 10 will move to numerator and 8 will go to denominator, and we have 8c over 10d. 10 cancel, 8 cancel. A over b is equal to c over d. You know that. What about ratio? A ratio b is equal to c ratio d. Dear students, that was your required answer. So this is the way how you will find your answer with the help of given equation. After that, we have question number 2, part 2. Question number 2, part 2. Using theorem of componendo and dividendo, find the value of m plus 5n over m minus 5n plus m plus 5p over m minus 5p m minus 5p. You have to find the value. You have to find this value of this one. Whereas you are given, if m is equal to 10 np, 10 np over n plus p, n plus p, 10 np over n plus p. This is your part number 2, question number 2, part 2. Dear students, there is a hint from here. If you bring 5n, to the denominator of m, if you bring 5n from here to the denominator of m, and apply componendo and dividendo property, then you can get this portion. You will take as equation number 1. For the next step, if you bring 5p, this is 5p, look 5p. 5p under this m, from right hand side you bring 5p under this m, and apply componendo and dividendo property, definitely you will find this portion. And at the end you will get two equations, 1 and 2, you add them. Left plus left is equal to right plus right. In case of left plus left, you will get this one. And right plus right, after simplification, you will get your answer. This is the technique, and this is the hint in the question, in fact. Here is, I am telling you, I am bringing 5n from right hand side to the denominator of n. Now you can write down n is equal to 5n into 2p over n plus p. You know that this is 10 np, 5 to the 10 np, bring 5n down. Here, 2p over n plus p. componendo and dividendo, we have in the numerator you add denominator, from the numerator you subtract the denominator. Check that you got this left hand side here. Similarly, in numerator you add denominator and from numerator you subtract denominator. Here is 2p plus p is 3p plus n over 2p minus n minus p, m plus 5n, m minus 5n, that is equal to 3p plus n over 2p minus p is p minus n. This is equation number 1. Remember that this is equation number 1, but we brought 5n from here, from right hand side. Secondly, again n is equal to, here is 5p, you have to bring 5p, so that's why you can write down 5p into 2n over n plus p. Bring this 5p to the numerator and 2n over n plus p using componendo dividendo property. m plus 5p over m minus 5p, 2n plus n plus p over 2n minus into n plus p, 3n plus p over 2n minus n minus p. Here is m plus 5p over m minus 5p, 3n plus p divided by n minus p, n plus 5p over n minus 5p, that is equation number 2. Dear students, by looking at the required expression, we can check. Once we will bring 5n from right hand side under this n and apply componendo dividendo. Secondly, we brought 5p from right hand side under n and we could use a componendo and dividendo and left hand side is made. Now you have two equations. Left hand side and left hand side are added to get this portion. Similarly, right plus right. We will write down right plus right and simplify. Then we will get our answer. So adding equations 1 and 2. Adding equations 1 and 2. Adding equation 1 and 2. Left plus left plus right plus right. Left plus left is equal to right plus right. 3n plus p over n minus p. Left hand side as it is. Remember that 3p plus n over p minus n. Take minus common from denominator here. Actually here p was positive, here negative. When you take minus common, internal sign will change. P become plus and n become minus. So you will get the same denominator. In this way, you can take LCM very easily. And after that, after simplification, you will get your answer as 2. 3p plus n over p minus n minus 3n plus p over n p minus n. Take LCM. P minus n, 3p plus n minus p minus n cancelled out because there is a negative sign right down inside the bracket. Next time you will open up the bracket, there will be a change of sign. 3p minus p, what will be? 2p. Plus n minus 3n is minus 2n. Take 2 common from numerator, you have p minus n over p minus n, they are cancelled out. We are left with our answer as 2 and left hand side is your required expression. I hope that you understood this lesson. Dear students, inshallah we will do next in the next lecture. Okay, Allah Hafiz and Assalamu Alaikum.